Hello everyone, my name is Ambreen Sharif and I belong to City School University Road campus. Today I am here with you people to discuss one of the important grammar topics, which is the basics of grammar, and that is past tense. So in order to begin with the topic, let's share with the objectives of today's lesson. The main objective of today's lesson is to get you people aware about the types of past tense through variety of verbs. And secondly, we will be through with the examples and exercises. Remember, this has become a piece of cake for you people if you just practice a lot, because tenses need really practice. So let's begin with the lesson. The rules for past tense, all kinds, and in the end you will practice the forms of past tenses verbs. Are you ready? So are you excited? So am I. when While you begin with the tenses, definitely you will get to know more about past tense. So tenses is the basis, so we need to define tenses. What is actually a tense? A tense is the verb, basically depending on verb, that indicates the time of action, how, when, where the time had happened, whether it's happened in the past or it happened in the present or it's going to be happening in the future. When you get to know that there are three stages of tenses, or in other words three stages of verbs or actions, then it must be known to you people that it is divided majorly into three major kinds. These are present, past and future. So you see, present and future we are not discussing, we are focusing on past. And for every three major kinds we have four specific types of tenses. For present, as we have the simple continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. Similarly for past, and similarly for future. And this is just a refresher for past, perfect. This is our past. This is a past perfect category. You would see, this is just a refresher to understand that how past perfect goes in positive and negative and question form of the verb. As we have already discussed, this past perfect is having had in it. So if it is having had in it, definitely the sentence would become the players had lost. And the main thing which is very much important for past perfect tense is that it indicates the finished or the completed action in the past. So when it is being showing that completed action in the past, we are applying the third form of the verb. And what is the third form of the verb? As we have discussed in the regular irregular verb slide, you must remember, you can anytime go back to the slide and have a look again to refer yourself. But you see, every verb has three forms. So when you are having the verb lose, so its third form is lost, right? If we are having the write is the first form, then it's wrote is the second form, and written is the third form of the verb. So over here we have applied the verb lost, right? So you would see subject, the players is a subject, had, we have the auxiliary as it is, and then verb third form is lost over here, and we can add on the object in the end. This is a positive category. And in the negative category we are just putting not, nothing else is going to be exceptionally happen. We are putting not, and then the sentence become the players had not lost heart before the match finished. And as I told you earlier, whenever we are supposed to prepare a sentence which is an interrogative sentence, a question sentence, we always put the auxiliary in the beginning. So same is the case over here. You would see had plus subject plus verbs third form, and then question mark is a must. Those sentence would become had the players lost heart before the match finished, and definitely a question mark in the end. This is how the question form or interrogative form of past perfect tense happen. This is the difference. It's self-explanatory how it happens, but we haven't done the past perfect continuous, so we are going to go through this. Past perfect continuous form of the verb is having only the addition of been. You would see in the first example, been is being given. She had been playing video games for 5 hours. Similarly, she had been cooking food for 2 hours. Why it is known as for 2 hours, for 5 hours? Just because of one good reason, that your work was already started in the past category, and it is actually being continued now as well. That is the reason this specific tense is known as past perfect continuous. It is actually a combination of past perfection and continuation. For the perfection we are using had been, and for the continuation we are using fourth form of the verb, which is playing, cooking, watching, losing, reading, singing, helping, leaving, studying, eating, laughing, running, and whatnot. So you need to just keep in mind that just because of the reason it was already started in the past and was finished in the past, but it was still continued in the past category. So that's the reason we are using since 4 hours, or 4 hours, or since 3 o'clock. So you see, girls had been singing a song since 3 o'clock. So it means that girls had finished the song in the past, sometime in the past, but they were still singing the song for some more long hours till it was 3 o'clock. So this is how past perfect continuous tense goes about. And you remember that do not forget to put since or for in the end, along with the period of time, over which period of time, over which part of time period the action was actually continued. All right, these are the exercises you would see. Through with the help of these specific exercises, you are going to understand how simple past tense continues. And you see, the first category that we have taken is the exercise where you need to put simple past or past continuous in both of the blanks, right? In one of the blank, it would be convenient to see what fits in, for whether past simple, or in the second category what fits in, whether past simple or past continuous. Let's begin with the first example. When I dash, the verb is arrive already given, and the verb over here write already given to you. When I arrived, the teacher, when I arrived or was arriving, the teacher dash the write the summary. There should be one area where you need to put the continuous form of write, or the continuous form of arrive, right? Or it may be the past indefinite form of arrive, or past indefinite form of write. You need to decide. I'm giving you 1 second to think about. Yes. So you need to see what was happening before, when you arrived. You need to see. When I arrived, the teacher was writing the summary. All right? How does it look? How it sounds? Yes. When I arrived, the teacher was writing the summary. Right? It becomes, was writing becomes past continuous, and when I arrive becomes past indefinite. In the second sentence, have a look of the second sentence. He dash the road when I dash see him. He was crossing the road when I see him, or when I saw him. He crossed the road when I was seeing him. No, it doesn't sound better. He was crossing the road when I saw him. That looks better. So means he was crossing the road, means he was in the past continuous tense. We was crossing the road when I saw him. Saw him is actually the past, recent past happened, that is past indefinite. As I told you, recent past always happen just now. All right? So similarly, you would attempt all the rest of the sentences, and you will enjoy. In this exercise, you would see that there are verbs being given within bracket, and you need to do what? You need to put past perfect tense with the auxiliary. Remember to put the auxiliary in. She dash a novel on humanity. And what is the third form of verb write? I have told you that third form of the verb is applied in past perfect tense. You are very right. Third form is written. So write, wrote, written. wrote is the second form, and written is the third form. So how does the sentence become? She had written a novel on humanity. That's how it's going to be completed. All right. Can we have another example for the same type? He, his work yesterday. The verb is given did, and I told you, remember in the very first slide you have gone through the verb did, right? So did is the second category of do, I mean second form of do. So what are the three forms of do? The verb do or does is the first form, second form is did, and third form is done. So you need to use the verb done over here. So he had done his homework yesterday. Similarly, they had beaten a bad man very badly on the road, right? So she had worn a beautiful dress. John had come to the wedding ceremony. Like that, you would continue of the sentences. These are the important links that I have shared with you people, and definitely these two links are going to help you out. Let have this link readily available. Let's see whether this link is readily available or not, and then we'll have a little practice of this link. See, this link is already available over here. The past tense exercise, you would see there are three options being given. She dash college last year, so she has already left the college last year. She left the college last year, so definitely but she had last year we are talking about. So let's click on left all and from see my side. Thank you so very much, and I'm sure you had liked the lesson. Please